Welcome to the Enchanted Lighthouse, where every week magical stories and new adventures await. Join our group of 7 wonderful animal friends as they bring tales about friendship, mystery, and wonder to life. From unexpected guests to heartfelt conversations under the moonlit sky, each story holds a gentle truth. We are so glad that you are here. Now let us begin. Theo and the Message in a Bottle. A glimmer in the tide. The evening at Aurora's watch was especially beautiful. The sky stretched wide in shades of gold, rose, and lavender as the sun slowly dipped toward the sea. The lighthouse beam had not yet begun its nightly turn, and the world felt suspensed in a soft glowing pause. Inside the tower, Theo dusted the wall windows with calm, careful movements. He always liked the lighthouse to feel ready for nightfall. As he polished the last pane, something below caught his eye. Far down near the docks, a small object glimmered in the tide. Theo leaned closer. It rose with the waves, fell again, then flashed once more in the fading light. A curious little sparkle, Theo murmured. He made his way down the winding stairs and followed the cliff path to the shore, carrying his lantern, though he hardly needed it yet. At the water's edge, the waves rolled gently around his paws. And there it was, a small glass bottle weathered by time, bobbing between the stones. Before Theo could reach it, a splash erupted nearby. Seppi surfaced dramatically. "Treasure?" he gasped. Theo smiled. Seppi circled the bottle excitedly. It could be pirate gold, or secret directions, or a map to a hidden cave. Theo carefully lifted it from the water. Inside was a tightly rolled parchment tied with a faded golden ribbon. He looked at Seppi warmly. "Sometimes," Theo said, "the greatest treasures are not gold at all." Seppi blinked. "Stories?" Theo chuckled. "Exactly." Together they carried the bottle back up the path toward the waiting lighthouse, gathering the friends. By the time they returned, the evening lamps had been lit. Warm light filled the library. The smell of Zoe's cinnamon bread drifted from the kitchen, and the fire crackled softly. Hazel was sorting lantern parts on the rock. Milo lounged upside down in a chair, pretending to read 3 books at once. Lumi had her star chart spread across the table. Olivia perched nearby, quietly mending one of her memory feathers. Zoe entered carrying mugs of cocoa. Then everyone noticed the bottle. Hazel's tail shot straight up. "What is that?" Seppi puffed out his chest proudly. "A mysterious ocean treasure that I personally helped recover." "You splashed near it," Milo said. "It was tactical splashing," Seppi replied. Theo set the bottle gently on the table. "I think it has traveled a long way." Lumi studied the worn glass. "The sea smooths only what it carries for time." Olivia tilted her head. "Then whatever is inside has been waiting." Hazel bounced in place. "Open it! Open it!" untied the ribbon with great care. The parchment crackled softly as he removed it from the bottle. Everyone leaned closer. Even Milo sat upright. Theo slowly unrolled the letter. The ink was faded but still clear enough to read. He took a calm breath and began. The letter from the past. To the future keeper of this light. If you are reading this, then the lighthouse still stands. That alone fills my heart with gratitude. I have watched these waters for many years. I have seen storms fierce enough to frighten the sea itself. I have seen sailors guided safely home by its beam. I have seen lonely travelers warmed by a single open door. Remember this always. A lighthouse is more than stone and flame. It is comfort in darkness, hope in uncertainty, and home for those who need one. One day another keeper will stand where I stand now, perhaps gentle, perhaps kind, perhaps carrying a light of their own. If so, then care for this place not only with your hands, but with your heart. Fill these rooms with laughter. Let strangers rest. Let friends grow. Let no storm make you hard. The brightest light is the one we share. With trust in the future. Magdalena, keeper of Aurora's watch. Theo lowered the parchment slowly. No one spoke for a long moment. The room felt fuller somehow, as if someone unseen had just stepped inside and smiled. Hazel wiped one eye quickly. That was beautiful. Lumi gazed toward the window. She understood light the same way stars do. Seppi whispered. She sounds brave. Olivia nodded softly. She sounds kind. Milo looked down at his paws. She sounds like Theo. Theo's glow warmed gently. She sounds like someone who loved this place deeply. A lesson for all. The fire crackled softly. Rain began somewhere far outside, tapping lightly against the windows. What do you think she meant, Seppi asked, when she said not to let storms make you hard? Theo thought for a moment. Sometimes difficult times can close hearts, he said quietly. They can make you suspicious, sharp or cold. Hazel nodded slowly. But kindness is harder to keep when things are hard. Yes, Theo said, and often more important. Milo looked uneasy. I think I know something about that. Everyone turned to him. Milo's ears lowered slightly. When I first came here, I joked all the time, so no one would notice I was lonely. The room softened. Theo smiled kindly. And now? Milo shrugged. Now I still joke all the time, but less lonely. Seppi scooted closer to him. That's progress. They laughed. Lumi looked again at the letter. She trusted someone in the future she would never meet. Olivia added, "That is a powerful kind of hope." Theo folded the parchment carefully. She was right to trust. Hazel's idea. Suddenly Hazel sprang to her feet. "I know exactly what we should do." Before anyone could ask, she dashed upstairs and returned, carrying a lantern wrapped in cloth. She unveiled it dramatically. It was a beautiful sight. A lantern of warm brass and sea glass, with tiny etched stars around the frame. The handle curved like a wave. Inside rested a soft white candle. "I've been making this for weeks," Hazel said proudly, "waiting for the right purpose." Theo's eyes widened. "It's lovely." Hazel beamed. "We place Magdalena's letter inside." Milo blinked. "Inside? Isn't that dangerous?" "Not near the flame," Hazel said. "There is a hidden glass compartment." She clicked a tiny latch to reveal a protected inner chamber. Everyone gasped. "That," Milo said, "is excellent squirrel engineering." Hazel bowed. Theo gently placed the parchment inside. The lantern glowed softly around it. The old letter safe at its center. "We'll call it," Seppi began dramatically, "the legendary treasure lantern." "No," said Lumi calmly. "The keeper's lantern," Theo said. Everyone smiled. Yes, that was right. A light passed forward. Night fully arrived. The storm clouds had drifted on, leaving the sky clear and deep with stars. Theo carried the keeper's lantern to the great window overlooking the sea and placed it where it could shine beside the lighthouse beam. Its warm glow met the turning light. Old hope beside present care. The friends gathered around quietly. Ships far in the distance moved like tiny stars upon the water. So we handed out slices of cinnamon bread. Seppi strummed the ukulele he had bought at the antiques market and sang 3 completely incorrect notes. Milo applauded wildly. Olivia tucked the memory of the evening into a feather. Lumi whispered the new star positions to herself. Hazel leaned against Theo's arm. Theo looked at the lantern. "So much can travel through time," he said softly. "Letters," said Olivia. "Stories," said Seppi. "Hope," said Lumi. "Recipes," said Zoe. "Dust," said Milo. Everyone laughed. Theo's glow brightened warmly. "Yes," he said. "And love, if we keep passing it on." Outside, Aurora's watch shone across the waves, steady, welcoming, and bright. And in the window beside it, a smaller lantern glowed with the kindness of someone long ago. Still guiding, still home. Every story has something to teach us. What did we learn today? We have learned that the goodness of those who came before us can still guide our lives today. Kindness leaves a light that lasts far beyond its own time. And when we care for others, welcome strangers, and keep hope alive, we become part of that light too. Thank you for stopping by here today. If you enjoyed this episode, give it a like and don't forget to come back next week for a brand new adventurous story. Want to learn more about the magical tenants who live here? Visit enchantedlighthouse.com for a mystical map, creative artwork and a few special gifts. Until then, be kind and share your light. See you next time.